Hi, welcome to the first ever episode of KSYS Soccer TV. I'm your host, Sydney Curry, and we are excited to share our new bi-monthly show with all of our members, coaches, and parents nationwide. You can watch free episodes and highlights on our YouTube page and the KSYS Soccer website. Now to kick off our show, here's our director, Chris Duke, to tell us about KSYS Soccer and what it's all about.
KSYS Soccer Association is the official state organization for sanctioning clubs and also members so that they can play soccer. We have about 1,600 referees, 1,600 coaches, and 2,500 players that are part of KSYS Soccer. We're actually going to be looking for our members to be involved heavily into this show because we want to see what you guys are doing out there. So we want you to send in videos. We want you to send in all sorts of information on what your kids are doing. There's so many different things that go on within the state of Kansas that involve soccer.
To make this show great, we need your help. To all of our coaches, players, and parents, if you have any story ideas, footage, or photographs, please email them to info@kansasyouthsoccer.org or share them on our Facebook page, and maybe you can be on our next episode. This past month, 2 teens were named Youth Referee of the Year for the state of Kansas. Peyton Brown and Tatum King have been awarded this honor for the year of 2015.
I've been a referee for 5 years, and I started refereeing because I grew up playing the game, and so then when I stopped playing soccer, I wanted to still be around the game, so I decided to referee, and I can still do something I love and get paid for it. It's really cool being Referee of the Year because I've been recognized for all my hard work that I put in.
This award is given based on performance, what you do in the community, the soccer community, and how I help younger referees.
It's definitely not an easy job to be a referee like everyone thinks it is because you have to make decisions on the spot. You don't have time to think about it, and you have to put up with the parents and the coaches who aren't always the easiest to handle.
Heartland Soccer has a Referee Development Academy program, and through this program we help foster the development of younger referees.
It's interesting that you ask about the mentor program. If we think about players aren't made in a classroom. Players aren't made in the first season. The more they play, the more experience they have, the more effective they become as players. The same thing happens when we talk about referees.
We go out every weekend. There's a handful of mentors that go out that have been doing this for years now, and we talk to the referees after the games and give them feedback, what they can improve on, what they did really well, and what their next step is.
And that's really the goal of the mentor program, is to help the referees to develop their skills so that they can be better referees, so that players can be better players in the state of Kansas. And it's not easy, but it's very rewarding. And as a result of what we've done, we've been able to have referees that have moved to the national level. And hopefully we might even have some FIFA referees. How did that happen? It happened because the referees care, because people like you make the games available, and because people like us watch them and give them the opportunity to get better.
KSYS Soccer registers players all ages from 4 to 19 and at all levels of play. Our highest level of competition is through our Olympic Development Program, which allows players to compete region and nationwide. This past August, over 400 youth players have tried out for our Olympic Development Program in Overland Park, Wichita, Topeka, and Dodge City. The Kansas ODP program is geared toward elite players in the state of Kansas to give high-level trainings to enhance the player's development.
The ODP program is more of an identification process for players to reach the next level. One of the things that needs to happen is we have to have the local clubs backing. Really what we want to do is promote our players in Kansas, in the state of Kansas. And I think that with all of us working together, we can put Kansas on the map as far as player development.
We're going to push them to compete, and they're going to be out of their natural club or high school environment. So the expectation is always to push them to a new standard and get them to compete. I think it's a good atmosphere. You get to see players from different areas, different parts of the state, and you also get to work with a great staff of coaches throughout the state as well.
The program's going a different level to a different model, and it's going to be more involved with player development and identification, which this program is. So we're looking forward to that this year, and I think everybody's going to be excited, and all the clubs are really on board with it.
I think they're trying to, spread their wings, like I said, go to different areas, find kids in, the smaller areas, and having the regional pools, and trying to reach out to more of the club coaches and try to work together side by side with the clubs as well.
Congratulations to all the players in the 2015-2016 ODP State Pool. That's all for our first episode. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to send in your story ideas and highlights at info@KSYSsoccer.org. I'm Cindy Courier, and I'll see you next time on Kansas Youth Soccer.